House of the Dragon is set approximately 2 centuries before the events of Game of Thrones, when House Targaryen rules the 7 kingdoms with an iron fist. So what that means is that other than the 3 dragons of Daenerys, the whole lot of Targaryen dragons are already dead by the time GOT kicks in. With that being said, you ever wondered how all the major Targaryen dragons die out? I mean, the happenings of the Dance of the Dragons did have a big part, but then it's still hard to imagine how these fierce and mighty dragons could be wiped out of existence. Well, now you don't really have to do the reading and thinking anymore, because we'll tell you exactly how each of these magnificent creatures met their bitter end. Starting with number 1, Balerion the Black Dread. So there's no second thoughts about this one. The Black Dread simply died of old age. Number 2, Vhagar. One of the 3 original Targaryen dragons, Vhagar, died in combat against Daemon Targaryen and Caraxes at the God's Eye. Number 3, Meraxes. The Pearl White Dragon died after being shot down when a Dornish scorpion head arrow luckily hit Meraxes in the eye, piercing his brain and killing him instantly over the Dornish castle of Hellholt. Number 4, Quicksilver. Quicksilver was killed in the battle by Maegor the Cruel and Balerion, as Balerion the Black Dread ripped one of Quicksilver's wings mid-air, sending him and Aegon to tumble to their deaths. Number 5, Dreamfire. Dreamfire was one of the 5 dragons killed in King's Landing during the storming of the Dragon Pit. She was crushed to death trying to escape the Dragon Pit, with arrows and crossbow bolts strewn throughout her body and half blinding her. Number 6, Vermithor. Also known as the Bronze Fury, Vermithor met his end during the chaotic Second Battle of Tumbleton, as he was killed in a 3-way death match between himself, Seasmoke, and Tessarion. Number 7, Silverwing. The big, beautiful she-dragon that once belonged to Queen Alysanne Targaryen, Silverwing's death is currently unknown, but her last mention is alive at Red Lake during the reign of Aegon III. Number 8, Meleys, the Red Queen. Being one of the most magnificent dragons that ever existed, Meleys was killed in combat with her rider, Princess Rhaenys Targaryen. Daemon Targaryen double-teamed Vhagar and Sunfire against Meleys to kill her, but even then the Red Queen still managed to cripple Sunfire before they eventually slew her. Number 9, Caraxes. The Bloodworm died in combat above the God's Eye with his rider Daemon Targaryen against Aemon Targaryen and Vhagar. Number 10, Syrax. Syrax wasn't as battle-experienced as Caraxes or Vhagar, and while it's uncertain how exactly Syrax had died or who killed her, she was certainly slain in the aftermath of the storming of the Dragon Pits, where she arrived and fought the rioters. Number 11, Seasmoke. One of the tamed wild dragons, Seasmoke, was killed in a 3-way death match between himself, Vermithor, and Tessarion when his rider desired to prove his loyalty to the Queen after 2 other dragon riders turned traitor. Number 12, Sunfire. Sunfire was deemed the most beautiful dragon during the dance, with a spectacular golden color through and through. Sunfire the Golden died a slow death from wounds suffered by his battle with Meleys, the Red Queen, that was further aggravated in his battle with Moondancer. 13, Tessarion. Nicknamed the Blue Queen after surviving a 3-way death match with Seasmoke and Vermithor, Lord Benjicott, Black Ben Blackwood, had his best archer, Billy Burley, shoot 3 arrows into Tessarion's eye in a mercy killing. 14, Vermax. Mounted by Rhaenyra's oldest son, Jacaerys Valerian, Vermax crashed into the sea and died during the Battle of the Gullet during the Dance of Dragons. 15, Arrax. He and his rider were slain by Vhagar and Aemon Targaryen over Shipbreaker Bay due to Aemon being a spiteful cunt. 16. Taraxis. Taraxis was killed in the storming of the dragon pits before he even grew enough to be mounted. He got tangled in his chains, which the angry mob used to their advantage and slew him on the spot. 17. Moondancer. Moondancer fought Sunfire, mounted by Aegon Targaryen II, only to get killed and devoured by the creature that was much, much larger. 18. Stormcloud. A very young, small dragon during the Dance of the Dragons, not even big enough to carry the weight of a boy, Stormcloud died getting his rider to safety, living less than an hour after completing his mission. 19. Morgul. Morgul was slain by the Burning Night during the storming of the Dragon Pit. 20. Shrikos. Shrikos was a young she-dragon who was never ridden but was bound to the young prince Jaehaerys Targaryen. Unfortunately, she died during the storming of the Dragon Pit, getting stabbed to the back of the head with an axe by Hob the Hewer. Number 21. Mourning. Cause of death currently unknown, but it was during or before the year 153 AC. 22. Last Dragon. Most likely died from the same poisoning and sickliness that had plagued her short life. She belonged to no one. Odd ones out, the Wild Dragons. Sheepstealer. Death unknown, as he and his rider disappeared after a final appearance in the Mountains of the Moon in 134 AC. Grey Ghost and the Cannibal. The Cannibal and Grey Ghost were wild dragons too. Sunfire killed Grey Ghost, but the Cannibal was never seen again. As for the dragons of Daenerys, the Night King killed Viserion and Rhaegal, leaving Drogon as the last surviving dragon at the end of the series. And that's all for this list.